what are the main features of the new fast-track Central Bank of Ireland 24-hour approval process for ELTIF II? Before we dive into it, it is worth mentioning that ELTIF II regulation introduced a distinction between ELTIFs for professional investors and ELTIFs purely for retail investors. Ireland is also one of these member states in Europe which introduced in its own legislation a specific client categorization that does exist in other member states in Europe, but not yet at European level. We are talking about qualified investors. Under Irish regulation, we have now ELTIFs for qualified investors, and these are professional clients under MiFID II, person assessed by a regulated entity as having sufficient expertise, experience, and understanding in the strategies, or person who certify in writing to have knowledge and experience to evaluate the merits and risks of an investment or own a business involving acquisition or disposal of property similar to the one held by the ELTIF. Only the ELTIF II for professional and qualified investors will be eligible for the fast-track 24-hour process introduced by the Central Bank of Ireland. And these qualified investor ELTIFs, notwithstanding the fast-track 24-hour process, will have to continue to abide to all the restrictions imposed on retail ELTIF II. Here we refer to producing a PREPS kit to come along with the prospectus, as well as the appointment of a facilities agent. For what concerns ELTIF II that are purely for retail investors, this will continue to be subject to a more traditional authorization process from the Central Bank of Ireland, where we will have at least one round of comments from the Central Bank of Ireland on a submission of a prospectus before an ELTIF II can be approved. This is to continue to ensure that where the concerns are higher for investor protection, like in the case of ELTIF II offered to a retail audience, these are tackled appropriately and the review of the fund documentation is made in an appropriate timeframe.